learn more about Bunge la Wananchi when I was meted at the University of Nairobi. So University of Nairobi and where the National Bunge la Wananchi is very near. So when I came and since I was brought up, my DNA is in politics. I learned politics from Dr. Paul Agwawiti, a former powerful Karachuonyo member of parliament. So when I came to Bunge la Wananchi National Headquarters and learned and listened on how they conduct debates, I got much interested. And that is when after studies I used to come here very late in the evening to see on how they conduct themselves. When they first held their election in 2015, there was a contender, presidential contender known as Kariuki, and he contested to be president of Bunge la Wananchi. We facilitated and helped him capture the seat. So that is where I started engaging with Bunge la Wananchi, listening to the debates, seeing how they run. I've performed in many elections. So coming to 2015, we had Shikanda, whom I also campaigned for at the grassroots level to ensure that he captured the seat. Because you see people who can help people and those who are not inclined to violence. So that is when I started being active in Bunge la Wananchi as a member. Remember I did Vide immediately. So coming to 2019, there was also one of a young vibrant a man called John Makababu, and he really delivered as president of Bunge. I also facilitated this election through mobilizing at the grassroots level and also much in listening behind the curtain, listening on how people, coordinating people to listen. Those who are heckling, you tell them to keep quiet. So I learned a lot. After graduating, that is after graduating in University of Nairobi 2018. So I was still around my internship and things like that, but still I come to Bunge la Wananchi because when you are inclined to Bunge la Wananchi, you get to be so much involved. Every evening after doing your economic activities, you ensure that you come. So when Babu captured the seat, I was very happy, and he really brought the issue of administration to exponential level and the transparency. And he remains my role model in leadership. And coming to 2021, there was a bit of violence and in the election, and I took a break kidogo, and the issue of corona, people couldn't come together. So after that, 2022, I again came in and engaged in a constructive debate where we discussed the socio-economic and political issues and governance issues on how our country is being managed. Coming to 2020, end of 2022, if I'm not wrong, based on the chronology of events, then 2023, by that time, speaker was not there, and I took that role now as an intern, ile kujitolea. So that is when I started, early 2023, I started managing debates and things like that, and ensuring that each and everyone articulate his or her opinion. In as much as women are always very few, the female gender, they are always very few, but those who come and are willing to talk, we give them an opportunity to air their views. So when election came in 2023 December, this is when I vied as now the national speaker of this noble social movement, and I was voted unopposed because of my track record and also consistency in ensuring people. I believe in unity because I believe in some ideologies of Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere, whereby unity can lead to great success, economic success. So since I took the office unopposed in 2023 December, it delayed because of the factors which delayed the election. You know, after the 2021-2022, Bunge was very shaky because we had many controversial issues in the 2021 election, and stability was urgently needed. And even by that time, when you could have told anyone that you are coming from Bunge la Wananchi, I think they could see that we are not serious. So this thing really shocked me, and I said that the lost glory of this noble social movement must be brought back. And from there, you can see even behind me, people are claiming debate is going on. Ideology, it's a matter of ideology. What do you put? A system which can work, listening to one another. So that is where we have brought Bunge. I served in 2023 when I was duly elected, and recently I said that I will not wait until December when my term should end, but we should follow the traditions of Bunge. And currently we are preparing for an election to ensure that democratic process is allowed and really embraced, so that we be a society whereby you don't become a dictator or things like that. But we will still nurture Bunge and ensure that Bunge becomes a bedrock of manufacturing leaders. That is the direction we need. Because if we make Bunge strong, there will even be no need of political parties. Because Wananchi will be seeing who can become a leader. Because we are not nationally, despite not having any funding from any quarter. But we are using our ideology to spearhead the agenda and also the interests of Wananchi, the Kenyan citizen, because we are concerned citizens. That is what we do. We used to tell MPs to come and do their research at the National Bunge la Wananchi, and that really made me proud. Then we had, after Lake Aparo, we had Kenneth Marende, who also did something very great by bringing fairness and making a National Assembly so much great fairness. You remember during the PNU ODM fiasco, but he really maintained the House, and it was very peaceful in his decisions to the general public. So coming there, we had also Justin Muturi. He had his ups and downs, but fortunately they came up with some rules and regulations, and currently we are enjoying Wakili Moses Masika Wetangula, who has done great in ensuring that there is peace and government businesses are conducted, MPs air their views. One thing we are enjoying. And then God brought us Raila Amolo Odinga, who has quelled the unrest after every election, after every fiasco, through dialogue. Because this issue of dialogue, it cools the temperatures. You find that even ardent supporters of Raila, when Raila calls for dialogue, they get annoyed. But they have just to give in. And these dialogues have brought stability in governance of Kenya. Through dialogue, many roads have been constructed, many security Thank you, members of the Fourth Estate. I want to tackle that issue of ways of handling our demonstration. I think the citizens of Kenya and the government of Kenya both are wrong on the way we have handled demonstration issues. Both are wrong. I will first start with the citizens. Fellow Kenyans, just as I have said before, the Gen Z must embrace a dialogue on the issue of demonstration. Yes, the Gen Z generation might have a genuine cause, but which cause cannot be infiltrated? Even our National People's Assembly has been infiltrated by evil people. They come and heckle. You must notice when to leave the stage, because you find that the demonstration has been infiltrated by commercial activists and also people, political elites who have no interest at all, but who have no that positivity towards the current governance. What am I trying to say? We must learn on when to exit the stage. And just as I had said that youths must embrace political illiteracy and also economic literacy, and focus on ways of airing their opinion. Because when you go to the road, businesses, just as I had said before, and quantifiable loss in businesses is being experienced, and Kenyans doing those businesses are really struggling to ensure that their businesses are stable. Some have taken loan. You find their businesses have been destroyed. Cars have been destroyed. Recently we saw what happened. So you find that demonstration, it had a good cause of airing the views of economic difficulty, unemployment rate, and also the current state of the nation. But you find that it has been infiltrated by people of not goodwill. So one thing I just want to say, you must pack away from agitating on the road and bring it back to platforms like Bunge la Wananchi. So to the agency, I'm very much delighted that currently you have had even those political elites, even political elites who used to incite people to go on road. Recently I heard them saying that now come out of the road. It's not only horrifying, but utter disrespect to the national peace which we enjoy. So one thing I just want to say, let us do away with the issues of demonstration. That is not the way we are going to achieve our economic liberation, because that is the way the Mau Mau brought us and other resistance communities in Kenya fought the whites and brought us independence. The second liberators also used the same way to bring us political pluralism. So one thing I just want to urge the third liberation, the economic liberation, and I have been saying it since last time, that it can only be won through dialogue. It can only be won through consistency in airing the views of wananchi, or rather issues that we don't feel are being done well. And that calls me to youths that let us come to Bunge la Wananchi and build ourselves politically. My leadership is focused on capacity building and service delivery. Let us come and educate, and through the support of the Fourth Estate, because our information reaches many people, let us come together and ensure that we are politically literate. Can't you imagine in Kiambu, in Machakos, in Kajiado, majority are still politically literate. I've gone on ground. Youth do not know how the country is being managed. What will someone from Turkana, how will someone from Turkana be? So it is upon us to go there at the grassroots level and tell them what is an election, who should be elected, how is the election process, what is their impact on voting wrong leadership, or what is their impact on voting the right leadership. Once we know that, we will not be swayed by people who come with huge amounts of money, cheaters, and again after voting them in, they go need their power and come again. So we will be continuing crying. You remember Jomo Kenyatta said that we fight ignorance, and we find that this thing is still there at the grassroots level. I'm a grassroots leader, and today I've traversed and I've come to realize that political illiteracy is still on its exponential level to the government. Recently we saw a young youth, even a certain young lady, 12-year-old, I've forgotten the name, was killed. We remember Baby Pendo. I think before you shoot, that officer must see, whom are you shooting? Whom are you shooting? Those who are very young girls, like the recent young lady who was buried, and we saw how the children were crying, the pupils from the school where she was studying were really mourning her. It's not only horrifying, but disrespect to human dignity and also human life, which is in our constitution, that respect to life. I think what our officers are doing before they are taken on ground, they must see whom are you taking on ground, because some of these people they are depressed. Before you shoot, you must only shoot a robber. We saw people looting shops. None of them were shot. At least when you shoot someone, the leg on someone who is destroying someone's property, and it is captured in the video, I think that will be seen. What I'm saying, that the Kenya Police Service must enhance their training, and this issue of community policing. We are not saying that the entire police force, the police service is bad. Only some few elements. 5% destroying the entire force. We have some, today I've spoken to over 20 police officers, and they are very friendly. Some of them are also not happy with the happening. So, and I'm very happy that action has been taken against those who did that horrific act, and let them follow the full force of law to ensure that this also open a window to others to learn that, because you will be out of your job description on how you should handle the demonstrators. And also, when justice get up with you, you will be alone. The KPS will not be there with you. So one thing I just want to urge our police officers, they must learn. Because those who destroyed others' businesses, and we saw them on online media and also on the mainstream media, those are the people you need to see on how to arrest and take them to court. And even our judiciary must ensure that such people are given heavy penalty. Even let them be arrested so that they work in government farms, and this will ensure that we have food security. Those people who are arrested, they must work in government farms so that we have food security. The judiciary must work hand in hand with the security to ensure that the culprits who are not adhering to the peace of the country are taken, their cases are taken serious, and due justice is served to the nation, so that we can go on very well. So you find that we have problems on both sides, and we must see on how we conduct ourselves. The citizens must alert the police when they will conduct the demonstration, from where to where, how they will be addressed, how they will dress themselves, because so that they don't get infiltration of people with evil moves. Through that, I think we will be in the right trajectory of ensuring that our country goes together. Rage will only affect our economic existence. Yes.